All right, now we're underneath the bus, and I'm going to show you the components that you can't see from up at the top that we just talked about. So we're going to start with our frame. Our frame is firmly attached. It's not cracked, broken, missing, or re-welded. Along with our frame, we have our cross members, which sit on top of the frame, which keeps the body of the bus on here. Again, they are not cracked, broken, missing, or re-welded. Now we can come down to our exhaust. We can see our exhaust always up to our muffler. We can see that all of our hangers are present, that they are firmly attached. We have our muffler that is firmly attached. I see no black soot that would be an indication of a leak for a diesel bus. So next to this exhaust pipe is our drive shaft. This is our drive shaft. It does have a carrier bearing in it, and we do have our safety catches on here that if we did have a problem and it did disconnect at some point, it will not fall on the ground, cause more damage to the drive shaft, or bounce up and catch underneath the body of the bus. Now our drive shaft is connected to our pumpkin. Again, our drive shaft spins, turns our gear in our pumpkin. Our pumpkin also turns our axles. That's what makes the wheels on the bus go round and round. So, as we talk about our axle, I'm going to talk about the suspension. We have our shackles, our leaf spring shackles. We have two of them. We have one in the front, one in the rear. They are firmly attached. They're not cracked, broken, or missing. We have our leaf springs for the back. They are not cracked, broken, missing, or re-welded. We have our U-bolts, which we can't see from the top, from the other side of the wheel. They are firmly attached to our axle, and they're not cracked, broken, or missing. We have our main air line that comes into our air brake chamber. It is not cracked, broken, missing, or leaking. We have our ABS line that comes down into our wheel cylinder for automatic braking. It is not cracked, broken, or missing. Again, we have our air chamber, our brake air chamber with our slack adjuster, which we can't have more than an inch play. And how we check that again is we'd have to have the bus running, the bus in neutral, our brake disengaged, and we'd have to have the wheels chalked. And we'd physically pull on this slack adjuster to see how much play we have, and we can't have more than an inch play. So, we come into our drum brakes, which are underneath here. We can't have any less than a 1/4 inch of brake lining on our brake pads, which are little portholes that we can get a flashlight and look in here and actually see our brake lining. So, we talked about our inside of our rim, the inside of our tire and our dollies. It's not cracked, broken, missing, or re-welded. Our sidewall for our tire, it's nice and smooth. There's no indication of bubbles or slits or cracks that would indicate a tire failure. And again, no less than 2 seconds of tread on our recap tires that we can only have in the back. We can't have recaps on the front. They have to be new tires. We have our shock absorber, which I've missed as we were doing our suspension. It is firmly attached. It's not cracked, broken, or missing, or bent. We have our airbag, which is properly inflated. If it was underinflated, we would see wrinkles in the bag. Again, it is firmly attached. It's not cracked, broken, or missing. We can work our way back here to our fuel cell, which holds our diesel fuel. And again, this is reinforced, and there are no leaks in our gas tank itself. And again, we will talk about the fuel door and everything in our fuel neck that comes in from right here, that it's not leaking and it's firmly attached to our tank. And as we walk on back, we can see the rest of our exhaust pipe, which comes back to our rear of our bumper, which our exhaust pipe cannot stick more than 2 inches past the rear of the bumper. And as I'm down here looking, I'm just checking on my frame rails, my cross members. We have our mud flaps, and everything is firmly attached, not cracked, broken, or missing at this point. So I think I've covered underneath the bus as best as I can to give you guys a better idea of what's actually going on down underneath the bus that you can't see from up on top when you're talking about it.